Hello, everybody. Today is my birthday, so happy birthday to me. I actually started my birthday really early in the morning by yelling at the top of my lung at a comedian who was saying the word chink on stage. He's a white guy, by the way. What happened was I was on a show at Lyric Hyperion in LA last night. It was a 11 p.m. show, and after I was done with my set, which was about midnight, I went backstage. I was collecting my belongings and getting ready to leave. Then I heard this comedian on stage saying the word chink, and the audience were laughing, and three comedians behind the curtain were laughing too. So I went to the comedians and said to them, "Hey, who the hell's on stage saying chink?" And one comedian immediately started to explain to me. He was like, "Joe, you should know the context." I said, "Why is it that people don't have the guts to say the N-words, but they can say chink, Asian slurs?" And Ron Lynch, the guy who organized the show, said to me, "Oh, maybe I said something and then he was just making fun of it." I'm like, "That's not okay, it's fucked up." So the three comedians just fell silent and they just took off. I waited backstage for the comedian to get off stage so I can talk to him. But as I was waiting, I just feel this rage coming up inside of me. I just feel that I really want to break something there. And I didn't want things to get ugly, so I just left. As I was walking toward my car, I thought to myself, no, wait a minute. He shouldn't get away with this. I'm sick of this stuff. I should say something. So I went backstage, and lo and behold, this guy was still saying chink, and the audience was still laughing. And I couldn't hold it anymore. I just yelled at the top of my lung. I just said, "Hey, stop saying chink. That's not cool. This is fucked up." And the audience were laughing even harder. The comedian just said, "Oh, I'll explain later, Joe." And I just said, "No, this is not okay. Fuck you. You can't say chink. Why don't you have the guts to say the N-word, but you can say chink? This is fucked up. Fuck you." The audience went silent, and the comedian just said, "Oh, I'll explain later, Joe." And at that moment, I really feel like smashing something, you know? I still remember there was this lamp backstage. I just really want to grab it and smash it either against the comedian or the floor. So I just decided to leave. I just don't want things to get even physical, you know? So the whole instance is really a test on the limit of my tolerance after 20 years of enduring racism in America. You know, from bombs calling me on the street chink, or a professor in my college said to me, "Oh, the Chinese characters are so hard to learn. No wonder China is so backwards." And when I was working, I was called Jackie Chan. You know, my boss said to me, "Oh, Joe, with your current salary level, you're already pretty rich in China now, right?" All the way to when my son was about 3 or 4 years old, and he came home and started to do this Asian squinty eye thing to us. Obviously, he learned it from kindergarten. One of the reasons I got into stand-up comedy is because I feel that comedy is a level playing field, you know, and a lot of comedians, they're misfits, you know, we get each other. But after years of doing stand-up comedy and acting, I was told by a lot of writers and producers in Hollywood, "Hey, we don't want to have an Asian family show," or "we can't have Asian lead," or "we don't want Asian sidekicks." And comedian Gary Gulman even called me a Chinaman on stage a couple of years ago. And afterwards, he said to me, "Oh, Joe, I hope that's fine with you." I said, "No, that's not okay." He said, "Come on, it's just a funny little word everybody says." My manager at the time even felt sorry for me. He said to me, "Hey, Joe, this is not what America's like." I'm like, "Yeah, right. That's not what America's like. That's what America is. Everything's about race." Fast forward to 2020, we still have stand-up comedians using Asian slurs on stage. And what's even more infuriating is afterwards, 3 white comedians start to tell me why it's okay to say chink on stage. So today's my birthday. And what's my birthday wish? I just wish people to know that it's not okay to use Asian slurs, even if it's a comedy show. I don't care if you're Rosie O'Donnell or Gary Gallman or anybody. It's not okay. It's really shitty. You really hurt people. And I just wish that when my son was old enough to go to comedy shows, he doesn't have to deal with this shit. Thank you very much.